On a recent episode of Family Feud, the majority of surveyed individuals referred to the king as none other than Elvis Presley, with 81 out of 100 people choosing him over other possibilities like God. This overwhelming public recognition suggests that Elvis remains a massive cultural icon in America, decades after his death. In Memphis alone, his Graceland home has become a shrine, pulling in over 600,000 visitors every year. Numerous books are continuously published, exploring every aspect of his complex life, music, and enduring influence. In towns and cities across the nation, Elvis tribute artists step onto stages to mimic his iconic look and sound. Various musicals, like All Shook Up and The $1 Million Quartet, have been conceived around his music. Every year, an event known as Elvis Week draws a myriad of fans to Memphis, offering them a chance to connect with people who were part of Elvis's world. Financially, Elvis's impact is no less significant. He was second only to Michael Jackson on Forbes' 2014 list of top-earning dead celebrities. Authentic Brands Group, having bought the rights to Elvis, reported an estimated earning of $55 million for the Presley estate in just a year. Future plans include a holographic Elvis that could even perform alongside a holographic Michael Jackson, keeping the icon alive in an entirely new way. Strikingly, Billboard magazine had initially predicted that Elvis would fade into history, primarily remembered through his music records. After his death in 1977, the initial public sentiment seemed to agree with Billboard, believing his influence would wane given there would be no new work. The darker aspects of his personal life, revealed in posthumous biographies, seemed at the time like they would further tarnish his legacy. Despite these odds, Elvis's cultural impact did not diminish. Rather, it has grown significantly over time. Arthur Berger, a professor at San Francisco State University, attributes this lasting appeal to several factors, including his distinct persona and the aura surrounding his death. According to Berger, if Elvis had lived longer, he might have become just another has-been, but his early demise added to his mythical status. Berger equates visits to Graceland with religious pilgrimages, saying they serve a similar purpose for Elvis fans. Commercial interests also play a part, with Elvis Presley Enterprises successfully capitalizing on the legend. Like other iconic figures who died young, James Dean, Buddy Holly, Marilyn Monroe, Elvis's early death contributed to his perpetual fame. When Graceland opened its doors to the public in 1982, it cemented its role as the eternal pilgrimage destination for Elvis's fervent fan base. The establishment of Elvis Presley Enterprises by Priscilla Presley ensured the commercial aspects were firmly in place to keep his image and legacy alive. The first wave of Elvis fans, those who witnessed his meteoric rise in the 1950s, have remained dedicated, and they've passed this devotion to subsequent generations. Stories of multi-generational Elvis fandom are common, featuring family traditions revolving around his music and legacy. For instance, a fan named Jim Bunn recalls his early childhood memories, influenced by his family's deep-rooted love for Elvis, painting a picture of enduring multi-generational impact. As time marches on, the big question is whether the newer generations, who have inherited this love for Elvis from their ancestors, will continue to fuel his immortal status. Jim Bunn's story of experiencing an Elvis concert at the young age of 4 in 1976 exemplifies how memories and affections for the king are passed down through families. For Jim, his love for Elvis started before he even entered school, nurtured by a grandmother who had every Elvis album and would listen to them regularly. He vividly remembers the day Elvis died, as well as a special trip with his grandparents and sister to tour Graceland not long after it opened to the public. These narratives are not isolated. They are frequently echoed by fans who were introduced to Elvis's legacy through parents or grandparents, creating a ripple effect of admiration. As the original fans grow older, the mantle of preserving Elvis's legacy will inevitably pass to their children and grandchildren. There's a looming question about what happens when the first generation of Elvis fans starts to dwindle due to old age and mortality. However, if the current trend continues, younger generations seem primed to embrace the responsibility of keeping Elvis's memory vibrant. Alan Hansen's commentary concludes with the observation that time will ultimately be the test of how enduring Elvis's legacy will be. Considering the overwhelming modern fascination with Elvis, from casual mentions in pop culture to financial juggernauts based on his likeness, it seems his influence will remain substantial. The multifaceted nature of his appeal, from his music to his unique persona, adds layers of complexity that make him a figure worth studying and appreciating for years to come. Academics and cultural critics, like Professor Arthur Berger, continue to analyze why Elvis resonates so deeply with people, further embedding him in contemporary discourse. Even technological advancements, like the planned holographic performances, signify that new methods of engagement with Elvis's work are still being developed. Although he won't produce any new content, the existing body of work and the myths surrounding Elvis continue to engage new audiences. Remarkably, Elvis has the ability to transcend time and generational differences, becoming more of a cultural symbol than merely a musician or actor. He embodies a range of societal attributes, from innocence to rebellion, which allows people to find their own meaning in his life and work. His versatility in music, crossing genres from gospel to rock to country, makes him accessible to a diverse audience. His sexually charged performances during a more conservative era marked him as a provocateur, adding another layer to his legend. Financial mechanisms like Elvis Presley Enterprises not only protect but also exploit his enduring appeal for commercial gain. The franchise possibilities for Elvis continue to be nearly limitless, ranging from merchandise and media rights to potentially new forms of digital interaction. Various biopics and documentaries continue to dive into both the glamorous and grim aspects of his life, showing that public interest is far from waning. Elvis's enduring influence also manifests in the way other musicians and performers cite him as a major inspiration, thereby perpetuating his impact on the music industry. Fan clubs, social media groups, and online forums dedicated to Elvis thrive, creating a digital community that transcends geographical boundaries. From the Elvis tribute artists to the annual events at Graceland, the collective efforts to keep his memory alive are multifaceted and deeply ingrained in American culture. As we look to the future, the adaptability and enduring nature of Elvis's legacy appear to be secure, given the sheer scope and diversity of the ways in which he is celebrated and remembered. So, while the methods of engagement may evolve with time and technology, the essence of Elvis's enduring appeal seems poised to captivate new generations for decades to come.
How many people visit Elvis Presley's Memphis home annually? $600,000. Who bought the rights to Elvis Presley in 2014? Authentic Brands Group. When did Graceland open to the public? June 7, 1982. Which Presley created Elvis Presley Enterprises? Priscilla Presley. When did Jim Bunn see Elvis in concert? (1976). How old was Jim Bunn when he saw Elvis in concert? (4). When did Elvis Presley die? 1977.